Twitch up. All right, let's see.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, so one thing on Zach. So, all right, let's get this started. So, overall, draft-wise, ours is a. I probably didn't draft enough damage. I think I talked about it in there, especially with a little Blanc. I probably needed to go with a more damage-heavy top laner. That's my bad in terms of the drafting. I also think maybe Zyra could have been good for Primus here instead of Tarek. In retrospect, if we did draft the double tank topside. I do think the draft is capable of winning. I do think that we have the tools with Zach and Skarner and Tarek to create distance for enough for Taddy and LeBlanc to get damage off. But it is a little hard. It is a little harder to execute. So that's my bad on the draft in terms of that. This matchup, though, as you're using your Q, so like, let's go back. You use your Q things, or you're like don't use it to smack minions like that. Like, smack a higher health minion and smack into another health minion, and use that as sustain. You kept doing it where you would only Q a minion and you wouldn't get the second blob off it because you get 2 blobs if you smash it. So that's one little small thing. Great gank. This is a great gank, guys. I think you guys played this really well. And then this is also a great call. Right here, you called this to keep chasing, especially once he moves in towards you, towards the river. Right there, this was such a good call by Oni. So great job. Like I said, I think we played the early ends really well. That was perfect. This is exactly what we need to happen. On top. So right here, so like you kept doing this a lot in the games. Is you'd be at a health disadvantage, and the wave, he's pushing the wave into you. Just let it crash. You don't need to fight. You did this on like you don't need to trade there. You did that on the other champ too, on Swain, where you keep walking up and taking these weird trades that you don't need to take. Because the lane is pushing into you or whatever. Sometimes it's okay to just be focusing on farm and CS, and you don't need to be trading constantly. I feel like you're kind of in a mental state where you just are constantly wanting to trade, and that's just not how top lane is won. And then if you're going to hard shove like this, you should have done it immediately. You like freeze the lane, like you're like, not freeze, but you're like acting like you're going to freeze the lane. And then you hard shove like halfway through. You could have built up the slow push a little bit more. I think this puts you in a spot where you have to reset. That's fine to back. Yeah. Good call. Great call to collapse on him. You actually shouldn't be. You don't need to help there. Just go and make sure you get an experience step. So let's just good sidestep. So better right here. Q one of the minions, auto the Yone. That makes it unmissable instead of throwing it out. If I guess if he's far away and you're trying to throw it out, but you could just Q a minion and walk up to him, and if not, you just Q another minion and you get all the health back. Yeah, we just, like I said, this is one where he is stronger than you at this point. He's been out trading you and stuff. So you just gotta play these slower. You're just trying to, like this wave is pushing into you. You don't have to be up trading with him. Like in the middle of the wave, like you don't need to be trading with him there. The wave's gonna be pushing into you. We did miss a little bit of CS in the bot lane. I'm not sure what happened, so we need to make sure that we are, when we do roam, that the Twitch is in a good spot to roam. Or the ADC, and go from, like, we can't leave him out to dry. So he is down a lot of CS, and I don't know exactly why, if we were just missing CS or what. Good kill. So, okay, there's another one. Why did you did that too? You did this a bunch of times where when you're trading, like you auto him after hitting him with a Q. You need to auto him, grab a minion, so you can CC him. Another little thing, so this wave is pushing into you. One thing I do a lot on Zac is I will come right here. Right there. And I will jump in, so when he pushes this wave in, he's going to naturally push in. And I will then jump in on top of him and trade with him under turret where he cannot trade with me. I will jump on him, so that's a blob, hit him with a Q or hit a minion with a Q and grab him, that's 2 blobs, and hit him with a W, that's a 3rd blob. And a lot of times, if you have ult, people will die. Because you will kill this wave, with all of that, you'll kill this wave extremely fast. And more than once, I have jumped in on somebody right there and killed them, because in Master Tier, I have literally just jumped in and one-shot somebody because of that mistake. I will actually, I think I have a game on review that I can show you in which I do that. Great gank. So we're doing really well. So right now, like we're down farm, we're down all these things. It's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. So right here, you should hard shove. So what you do to hard shove is Zac. You Q one of these minions or one of these minions, and then auto the other one, because all these get slammed to, like, if you Q, let's say we queued this one and we queued this one, all of them will take damage when you slam, because Zac's Q, if Zac attacks a different A, if they collide, they and surrounding enemies take an additional 117 damage. So you will do damage in an area. So it's important to, like right here, there's no reason to do this one. You should have done all of them, and it would have helped your push be quicker. ATPs, that's fine. And right now, bot side and mid playing super well. See, like that. That was good. That's fine. I would have tried to do it from Flag of War, but that's okay. Fantastic. Mid is gigantic. We get another Drake. We are in a great spot right now. Good cleanse. I think Primus right when you're level 6, so right when this R throws on Taric, you need to insta-drop your ult, because they are trying something. Cleanse or not, you should be insta-dropping it. We kind of held it just a little too long there. I think we just insta-drop it. Better safe than sorry kind of thing. Great flash right there. So that worked out well. I think we misplayed again on the Zac. You're just doing that. So here, really quick too. This is an important thing. We got all this top side. He just TP'd, so you know he's dead for 16 seconds. This isn't the play. This is not the play. You do not need to be helping. Oops. You do not need to help him on these. This guy is terrified of your LeBlanc. Your Blanc has TP. They have Yone, not there. I think you can rotate over after, but you should just get plates right now. Like, get plates. It's crashing. Like, you got a big wave. You'll be able to push a second wave right here. He loses a ton of CS, yes, but you could have gotten more plates and more gold, which would have helped you. You were down 700 gold, 800 gold at this point, and so another 150 plus a wave is beneficial. So I don't think he needed help here. I think I would have pushed a wave and then rotated over if somebody else kind of came over. On the Skarner, you have 2 wards. You probably should have dropped that before you started. Drop one right here and drop one right here. Would have been a little safer. And because of this, you now have a bad reset timer. You'll have to burn TP here now, I think. If you would have taken the plate and stuff, you could have just reset and not had to burn TP. Why are we not letting this? Okay, so I think you're trying to create a freeze. Maybe that's the thought here. You are not in position with how he is playing and winning lane. You are not in a position to just tank and let him and try and create a freeze. He just lets us crash. And you try again, still to create it, and you just lose all of your health. So right here is a good example where you could have walked over here and just jumped in. It worked out, so we're good. Push the wave. Don't need a chase. Don't need a chase. Don't need a chase. Okay, you just missed 3 minions because of that. Okay, another one. Why are we not... He's dead for 3 seconds. He does have TP, so backing off here is fine. Okay, my only thing with this, I understand you got the kill and you got the gold. I don't think Mango you should be flashing in there. Oh, you didn't even get the kill. Survived. You got the turret. So great, you got the turret. You just gave over 850 gold to the Belveth. Just leave there. You have your LeBlanc, you have flash, and you have excuse me. You have flash and you have your dash up. You have your ult up too. You don't have your ult, so I think you just bail. You just call your Skarner. You start moving towards your Skarner. You can either run out this way, or you run out this way. I think the better bet is actually to run up towards the Skarner. But you burning flash, not getting a kill, and then getting a 850 shutdown to the Belveth of all people is really, really, really rough. So that's just being cognizant of, hey, what's the game state? What's my bounty right now? That was a rough one to die on. I know it's nice, but that at this point too, the ante is not worth hardly any gold. So I just don't think you ever make that risk of a play. And you'd be better on the Zac, play a little more around your blobs. You're not like playing around your blobs very well. And then another one where he has been beating you in fights and you took a fight. If you're going to take this fight, you need minions to be able to CC and you need your ult. You can't just take that fight without those things. missed that. Okay, so I think in this fight, the Annie and the Twitch and the LeBlanc, we can see where Annie is. The Twitch particularly, you can't position here. You need to be positioned up here away from the Annie. I think where LeBlanc can position that aggressively. But you walk too far over here. You know where Annie kind of is. You need to create as much space because the biggest thing is Annie getting on top of you. I think you need to go here. You need to try and create as much space and let Tarek be in front of you. Oh, we space forward too. I think you're going for the Belveth, but we see the Annie. Like, go for the shortest, the closest target. So I think if we go for the Annie there first, the fight ends up okay. Unfortunately, too, we did miss our ult on the corner. I think you can't go back in. You cannot go back in there. And it is what it is. So, it's a bad fight. It's okay. Again, we don't need it now at this point. The play should be called off. We shouldn't be fighting this. We don't. The Yones are going to be roaming here. The call to fight here is really bad. It's a 3v5. It's their first Drake. It's not a big deal. Like, yeah, they're low health, but a Yone is going to be coming over. They have 3 people, or 2 people more than us. We only have 3 people. Our guys are both half health to their guys all half health. And yeah, we have a Zac, but we have that match with the Yone. Like, it's this call to contest, it's an absolute no. Good thing to happen. Good that nothing bad happens. We had to run flash, which kind of sucks. I think on the Twitch, if we are... I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the CS. You're trying to get push in the wave, which is good. But you need your Tarek here to be able to do this. And this is a communication between you and Primus. Primus, I think you should be roaming and getting wards like this after he gets push. On Twitch, he is vulnerable. On any immobile ADC. At this point in the game, the roams should happen after mid-wave is pushed out. So I think that's a communication between Primus and Taddy here, that we can't, you can't leave him until the wave is pushed out, especially with beforehand. We see Leona. We know Leona's going to go in. So either here, Taddy has to bail with you and say, yes, I'm not going to contest this wave. I'm going to let them push the wave into me, or we need to work as a team to push this wave in. We can't do this. We can't do both. Because now he has to burn everything because Leona ults. Where he probably doesn't if Tarek is there, and they probably get scared off by it. So I think just once we move to mid, it's fine to roam. It's good to roam, but you need to roam at the appropriate times. You need to stay by, especially on Taddy, who's generally playing in mobile ADCs. We need to stick with him, help him push out the wave, and then we rotate over. Or we move over and get vision or whatever. Like, you should be doing it in unison with your ADC. It shouldn't be without your ADC. That was good. We're still in a great spot. Why are you fighting? This wave is gonna push into you. Like you can walk up and get some CS, but you don't go in and fight here. He is significantly ahead of you at this point. He is almost a 2K gold lead as a Yone. You need to understand, and you do this very frequently. I don't know if it's a ego check or what it is, but you gotta just let the waves bounce into you. There's no reason to fight there, especially because you're bot side. Without you, if we take top lane out of the game currently, we are up as a team 1K gold just with top. All of a sudden, they're up 1K gold purely in top lane. All that lead is in top lane. Every other role is just up so much. Twitch, I guess Twitch is down a little bit. He's not down. He's only down half an item, not even. But mid is up a ton. Jungle is, while down a little bit in gold, it's actually even, like, because of the type of jungler he is. We 100% don't need to be taking that fight. Commit a little too hard to this. When we see the TP, we don't need to fight. I think this is another issue. Is on the Twitch, and this is kind of what you were talking about, Teddy. You're trying to surprise him and like assassinate him because you're like, "Ooh, I can assassinate. I can do these things." Because that's what you do in Twitch and solo queue. And I think Twitch is fine, but what you need to be doing is standing here. You can come out and surprise people, but the Twitch in solo queue is different than Twitch in pro and competitive play, because competitive play, people will turn on you. People will be way quicker to turn on you. All different stuff. What you do is you sit in a spot where you can front to back properly, similar to a Jinx, and so you should be positioned right here. And what you do is you kill a front line, and then you start using the stuff. You can look for picks, but like in fights like this, you need to be sitting. You need to create space with your front line because of how you position, you just get any-ard in one shot. I also don't think we need to force that fight. This is good. We push him off. So obviously that was a very net negative play overall, but we push him off, so that's good. Now this Drake is up. Okay. So this Drake is the one where the game kind of starts to go sour. I think I would have just TP'd here. I also don't think you go blue trinket. I think you go red trinket on Zac at this point. You can swap back to blue later if you need to, but... Okay, we see two. So we know two are bot. We should be looking for a fight right here because we saw two bot. But Yone's flanking. So the call is Yone's flanking. I think Mango calls it. He's fighting them. So this is a 3v4 right now, right? We're doing fine. I do think on the Zac, the play should have been, when you jump in here, you have flash up. So this is just learning Zac. So you jump in. You Q. You get hit by the CC. So you Q1 and you try and flash onto the Varus and Q him, and then That's how you get the knockup. It will force him to flash. So I think this is fine, but we have Yone flanking. We got to, once we see the Yone flanking, we gotta do something. We gotta bail. We gotta whatever it is. That was a good Varus ult. I think with that too, Mango, if the team is looking for a fight here, you need to be positioning. You can't be positioning down. You want to be positioning up. So I think part of the issue why he got the flank off so well is we're positioning down here when you should be positioning up in the river. So I think your positioning here needs to be up in the river, creating a zone, because doing this allows them to have first rotation over. So this looks like a good fight for your team to take because it's a 3-5. But the issue is you are behind on the play. So I think that Mango, you need to work on your positioning in this. Move up here. I do think that, I mean, this is a decent fight, but because we're not positioned, it ends up really poorly because he's able to flank. Even with a call, once we engage on the fight, it's really hard to get out. So I think that is the swap there is, I think if Mango can position and create a zone that forces the Yone and the Annie to either walk this way or walk through you, essentially, it allows your team to move back over and turn on them. I was thinking an option here is to, when he calls this, is to just turn on the Yone right here. Twitch, Garner, and LeBlanc can all go for this Yone right now. See, especially now, you created such a big gap between you and your team. Like yes, that was initially a good fight, but look how they're collapsing, and our LeBlanc is just so far over here. So I think we either need, that's the two options there, guys, is we need to fight towards the LeBlanc, or the LeBlanc needs to be positioned in a way that creates a zone that the Annie and the Yone cannot get past easily. They can eventually get past, but the LeBlanc should scare them long enough to not get past. Again, communication here. I don't think you need to go in here. There's no reason on the Twitch to even be there. We just die for no reason. This was so close, Oni. This was such a good try. It was so close. Solid TP. And it just goes poorly from there, unfortunately. I think a lot of this, guys, is we need to. There's a couple things. I think in terms of communication, we just need to be communicating on things and observing where certain plays are happening. I think part of that is something I'm going to give homework to you guys. I found a video for a couple of you. I will post in the chat after this game, or after the VODs.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Same kind of thing. LeBlanc, you need to be in the bot lane. Twitch needs to be in the mid lane here. Communication of assignments is just important because LeBlanc can get out, Twitch can't. You guys got to swap so that Twitch has the protection of Taric. So communication here. Hey, LB, go bot, because once he goes in, you're just, there's no way for Twitch to get out of that. He just dies. This one's pretty much over. I really think a lot of this issue was just team communication. This is good. Kind of. We got kind of caught on the side. It was a good try. So I think a big issue. So I think we didn't play these fights out. Like I said, it's all about positioning and working as a team. And I know we just added Mango, so we need to work on having Mango in all like positioned properly in that fight, which is fine. But a lot of it is Pity kind of eagling top. Taddy in mispositioning a couple times. The Taric a little slow on some of the ults. If we just communicate a little bit more on those things, I think we're in a really good spot in this game. We had a really good lead. Like, we're in a really good spot. I mean, if we go to 10 minutes, we're up gold, we're up kills, we're up drakes. We go to 15 minutes, we're up kills, we're up gold, we're up drakes. Like, first 15 minutes, we have been playing significantly better than the opposing teams. We just got to transition that. We just got to look for these advantageous plays. Excuse me. And just communicate as a team what we want to do in the drafts. Like I said, I do think this is a little harder draft, and that's my fault because of the lack of damage threats. But overall, I think our early games are looking really good. It's just that after 15 minutes, we tend to struggle a little bit. All right, really quick. This is for Mr. What's his face? Pity. I let him die to the Jax. Damn, was it not this game? I swear it was this game. Oh, wait, there it is. There's the play. Nice. Okay, so watch what I do here. So, maybe I don't do it here. Oh, he just pushes in. Still a kill. Okay. Oh, did I do it? Yep, here we go. Found it. I found it. So look what I do here. So he pushes in. And so I let him push in, I jump in, I hit him, he messes up his stuff, but watch what I do here in terms of the minions. I position myself in a way, and I instantly just ult the wave. Oh, and I even have to. But I cleared the wave super fast because it puts him in position. If I didn't even have to ult there. But if I had ult there, so I didn't even do what I thought I did. But right here, I position in a way where he is going to walk up to this wave because people are greedy and they want the plates. And I'm able to hit him and just clear the wave super quickly. And then I just walk away and give the kill over to my Jax because I'm a nice top laner. So you can do that on the Zac, where you walk into that fog of war when they're pushing into you. You walk into that fog of war and then you take a big trade because they misposition or whatever, right? Alright, let's do